Hi, I'm Mary Ellen Kloss with the Tallahassee Bureau of the Miami Herald, and I'm here with Times Herald reporter Michael Oslin and Kristen Clark, who's behind the camera. We're here with a Times Herald Bureau Tallahassee update.
So tomorrow, the hearings begin here in Leon County for the redistricting case that has to do with congressional maps. What are you looking to see as that sort of begins?
Well, Circuit Court Judge Terry Lewis is got to make a choice between 7 maps, and he's going to have to figure out which one to recommend to the Florida Supreme Court. The court invalidated the congressional maps back in July, because they failed to finish their legislative session with a map they agreed upon. They've thrown it back into the judge's lap, and he's going to have to work it out, figure out which one to pick.
Now, the House and Senate had different maps that they agreed to ultimately, within the House and within the Senate. How are those looking? What's coming forward from the House's lawyers and leadership as well as in the Senate?
Well, it's going to be interesting to watch. We will see that the Senate is going to defend its map, and to do that, they're actually going to have 2 senators be put on the stand. Tom Lee and Bill Galvano are expected to testify in defense of their map, and then the House is going to argue that everybody's map is not correct except theirs, and then the plaintiffs have offered 4 alternatives that they think the judge should pick, either their whole map or pieces of their map. So it's going to be a battle over which of the maps and the conditions behind them.
There's been reporting about the plaintiff maps having some involvement from Democratic strategists and consultants. Is that an argument that the House and Senate are going to try to push on to get their maps, validated ultimately?
Yes, I think that's going to be really interesting to watch, because it depends on what the judge is going to accept, how far he's going to go. Basically, we're gonna hear the Senate and House lawyers really hone in on the fact that the plaintiffs' maps also had some involvement from partisans in an effort to benefit Democrats. Obviously, it's not the plaintiff's map that's on trial here. It's the maps produced by the legislators, who are the ones who are responsible for drawing them. So how far the judge will allow this argument to go will be interesting to watch. I expect that we will see the lawyers from both sides really hone in on depositions and evidence that in the past, some of the map drawing that's been done by the people who advised the plaintiffs were done to advantage Democrats.
And how long do we think this whole process is going to take?
Well, it starts on tomorrow, and the judge wants them done by Monday. So it could last 3 days of hearings. It could go that long.
Of course, this is all happening as the legislature prepares to come back to Tallahassee to settle Senate map issues for the state Senate. How do these 2 cases sort of intersect and relate?
Well, it's a really good point, Michael, because I think everyone believes they're very intertwined, and there is a lot of feeling that depending on which of the maps that Judge Lewis picks could influence the direction they go when they come back for redistricting on the Senate maps. But that's a whole nother story, and we will definitely be reporting on that and getting more into it. So tune in next time for us on our Tallahassee update.